So, Flight Risk, directed by Mel Gibson, starring Mark Wahlberg, Topher Grace, and Michelle Dockery. It follows a U.S. Marshal as she has to transfer a federal informant back to testify. This involves enlisting the help of Daryl and his tiny plane to traverse the Alaskan mountains and get them back on time. But not everyone is who they seem on this flight. And for anyone, who first time listen to this, we'll do our spoiler-free version and then a spoiler version where we'll just get into it. But if anyone's seen the trailer, pretty much
you've seen the movie.
You've seen the movie, bar a couple of really funny moments towards the end. You've seen the movie. Set the scene. This is Mel Gibson's return to directing after almost a decade since Hacksaw Ridge, and this is the Oscar-winning director of Braveheart, and he's made Apocalypto, and even Hacksaw Ridge got a few nominations. Before we get into it, I'd love to get your thoughts on the movie because we haven't really chatted too much about it.
No, we haven't.
And would this have made your list?
It wouldn't have made my list, but right before I say it, like I will say this is a silly movie made by a silly man, right? But I had a fucking blast. Like, this movie is not a good movie, but I laughed my ass off. It is such a ridiculous movie. The choices are just mental.
Wild, right?
Like, yeah, it's mental, and like what's great. What carries it at the start really is Topher Grace, and he's hilarious in it, and he gets a lot of really funny lines, and obviously he gets some good dramatic bits in it as well. But at the start, I found him really, really funny, and it was just like it's just ridiculous. Like, I liked how quickly they got to the whole plane, which is basically where the scenario is on. But it's just the choices of by the director, by obviously Mark Wahlberg, by how it ended as well. I was convinced it was going to, like, I'll explain it when we get to the spoiler section. What I thought was going to happen, but it's mental. Everything from the guy on the phone, to helping her to fly the plane, to, like, it's just crazy. It's absolutely a crazy movie. I had a blast. Like, it's not a good movie, but I had a blast watching it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, this is a fucking terrible movie. Like, it's terrible, but in all the best ways. It's hilarious, and in no way are you expected to laugh in like they don't in the way you do laugh. Tonally, it's absolutely all over the place. It's like, the U.S. Marshal, she's playing it super straight. Topher Grace is kind of in a comedy or whatever. And I don't know what the fuck Mark Wahlberg movie he thinks he's in.
I fucking loved it, man. He's going for it. He's probably been spending a lot of time around Mel Gibson, who's also nuts, and was probably just rubbed off on him because he is swinging for it. Like, it's fucking crazy. They get these really random, like, close-up shots of him looking menacing and stuff. Like, it's just like a really long shot of him, and you can see he's looking back and forward at both of them, like, from behind. Like, who was that for? What's that for? It's supposed to really show you how crazy he is. We already know.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's but, like, fucking bananas.
Like, Mark Wahlberg, and if you've seen the trailer, I don't know, is it revealed in the trailer? The bald.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Well, I think it's in the poster or something. But the fact, like, and this is, like, I saw an interview with him. Like, it was his choice to shave a bit of his head. It's not a bald cap. He said, "I'm going to fucking shave it." And in his interview, he just said, "I think would add some kind of some kind of fucking nuance and a bit of complexity to the character." You just go straight away in the movie. There's it's just like, what? And apparently, like, he ad-libbed all the weird shit he was saying about, like, I want you to, when he's saying to Topher Grace, "Come back here, I'm gonna fucking, you want to spend some time with me, I'm gonna fucking, tweak your nipples," and what all that mad shit. He's just fucking going off, and you're like, going, pretty sure he's a very devout Christian man like Mel, just like he went some really crazy dark places.
I just kind of wonder, was it like what they did to Steve Carell, in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, when he was lying and getting his chest waxed, and they just held up bits of paper with random stuff. And that's when he starts shouting random curses and Kelly Clarkson and all this fucking stuff. He's just shouting out. I wonder if it was that Mel Gibson just wide-eyed off to the side, holding a fucking whiteboard with random shit written onto that. It's just fucking nuts. Like.
But it's like, and that is like the hair choice is it adds complexity to the character, but it's laugh out loud when the hat falls off. And the person actually interviewing Mark Wahlberg in that clip was saying, "Oh, I couldn't believe like when the hat came off, and I was like, oh, shocked." And he was like, yeah, because then you're kind of going, oh my God, this guy looks fucking a bit crazy and whatever. And it's like, no, Mark, you're kind of going, what the fuck? Why is this happening? Like,
but what's the point? Because he gets on, as you see in the trailer. This is not a spoiler thing. He's obviously not their real pilot, so he's done something to the other pilot. But like, you actually get to see the photo ID of the guy that he's replaced, who's a darker skinned gentleman who already is completely head shaved. He's bald. So who is the cap with the fake hair for? Like, who is that? They already don't know this guy from Adam, so it's not going to change whether he showed up with the bald shaved head or
why is he wearing it?
There's no reason for him to wear it at all, because either way they wouldn't know who he is.
And it looks like, because it's not a bald cap, you can see the hair follicle. It looks like someone. This guy he's just shaved a bald patch in his head and then worn a hat with fake hair over it to cover it up. And you're going, why? Because
I actually thought it was a bald cap, because I was like, there's no way anybody would purposely shave their head like that. I thought it was a bald cap.
He's going full method or something. But it's the fact that like his character, like he's so invested in this fucking movie. Like he's so like, but the character alone is like, he's so dedicated, like really dedicated. Like he goes all out to fucking achieve his thing throughout like he goes above and beyond, like to try and achieve his fucking mission. But like he's also like superhuman at one point. I mean, it's not a spoiler to say like he's tased at one point and then kind of just goes, ugh. And then he's tased again for about 40 seconds. Like,
to the point where his neck is burning, there's smoke coming off him.
His neck is burning, and it's like, and he's still not. And then, but like Topher Grace, I thought at the start, like I thought he was in TV kind of comedy mode for a little bit, where like some of the dialogue is like ADR over, and it's kind of like, oh, we'll ADR a funny quip in here, and it's just like, oh Jesus Christ, just let him be naturally funny in the scene without like an ADR over a thing where she's tying up like after he's tased, like she's tying him up, tying his feet together or something, and the ADR is just like, what are you doing, giving him a pedicure? And he's just going, oh,
all right, I didn't even notice that.
You don't need to put that in there. It's just ridiculous. But speaking of this U.S. Marshal, she's the worst U.S. Marshal in the history of U.S. fucking Marshals, or Air Marshal, or whatever the fuck she is. She's constantly not paying attention to this assassin who's like tied up in the back, and like there's the scenes where he's very obviously trying to fucking just pick the fucking lock or whatever, and it's like, will anyone just look back just to check how he is? Like, just it's very it's
just stab him. Just stab him. Just like, but whereas like I would have thought now U.S. Marshals, for anything I've seen, they always have a partner. They always have someone with you in case the guy gets the better of you. She's just got her and the one witness, and that's it. It's like, surely if this guy is so fucking high priority and stuff, you'd have someone else with you, which is just mental. She's just sent up to Alaska on her own to get this witness.
Did she have a team when they?
Yeah, I think they're local cops or something that come with her.
Because the plane that they have to go in, it's just like you cannot get a smaller plane. I understand it's working for the script or whatever, but the plane is 3 fucking seats in it. You're just going, okay, that's fair enough. But this movie cost 26 fucking million quid, and it takes place on a soundstage with just a fake plane and green screen, and just I don't know where this 26 million quid came from. We'll get into some of the
actual mountain footage though is gorgeous. Like the actual
fantastic
stuff, it looks what a gorgeous landscape. Pity they didn't actually see any of it. Like, but it's a crazy ass movie, and the choices throughout. Like, I suppose maybe we'll go bit by bit. As if you want to let us know, what did you? Because we've touched on the actors. What did you think of the actual performances? I thought they were obviously. I thought Michelle Dockery had fuck all to work with. As you said, I completely agree. She's playing it super straight. Her character, they tried to give her a bit of depth, but to be honest, no, it's just it was.
She's a TV actor, and it's just like it's like, what can you do? You know what I mean? It's just like the depth that they add depth, which is like exposition of like, oh, by the way, you're disgraced, blah blah blah, and that's to try and create her bond with Topher Grace in some of the moments, and it doesn't, like, it's death by exposition. It just didn't really work for her character because didn't really care. Topher Grace, I thought, was the best thing in this. More so towards the latter end, and we've talked about this before we recorded, that you just like to see him in more dramatic stuff because I think he's doing his best to levitate the script with what he has, and I like him. He's a good actor, a good comedic actor, but it's more so this in the latter half, which you get into. There's some moments where he's, it's not jokey at all. It's a bit more kind of serious and somber, and those moments were really, really effective. And just going, oh man, you need to really fucking.
And he's been good.
Movies,
anytime I've seen him in when he's playing a dramatic role or at least a non-comedic role, he's been great. Like, as I said to you, Predators isn't an amazing movie. It's okay, but he's great in that. Or in Traffic as well. He's great in that.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
he's a great actor. It's just and I hadn't seen him in much since we watched, what was the Heretic? Remember, he had the tiny role. Was that him in Heretic? Yeah. I
forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him in a massive movie. He's only had a very small role in that, but I thought he was good. I thought I enjoyed some of the comedy was great because I think it was needed, especially at the start when he's kind of in the plane, he's behind them and he's doing what's it called, mocking their voices, mocking his voices. And thought that was funny. A few good quips, and I thought that kind of carried the start of the movie and made him a little more likable. And then, but like, it's just the Mark Wahlberg thing, man. Like, it's just insane to me that they just let him go free reign. Just give him some fucking acid and just let him have a bit of crack. Like, it's just, it's mental.
And the fact that he's the third lead in this. You know what I mean? It's like he's on the poster, but he's like spends a lot of the movie like unconscious or incapacitated in the back of the plane, as you say, with just like close of him going, I'm going to get out of this, and just shoot the fucking guy. I just don't understand that. But like, I think the script is like, it's just so poor. It's hard to know whether it's just really, really poor directing, or is Mel Gibson's star rating fallen so much that like his comeback to directing is a $25 million like fucking action thriller from the 90s. It's like a brisk 91 minutes or whatever.
You're bang on there. You really wouldn't be surprised if someone had said this is one of those 90s types fucking movies, cliffhangers or something along those lines.
Saw this on Christmas Day after Die Hard, you go,
that makes sense. Like,
absolutely. But I read online that someone said that like there's something like in Hollywood called the blacklist, which features scripts that are deemed like it. It's amazing that these haven't been made yet. So if people really want to see something, they dip into this thing and kind of go. There's just an assortment of different genres and scripts that are waiting to be made. They're too good to stay in here, and this is one of them. And I'd love to know, more about the behind the scenes and pre-production on this.
But this is the only thing that the the writer wrote, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's just like what? I'd like to imagine if this was in that blacklist, that this is not the movie, is not the script that he wrote. That somebody kind of went, maybe we could shave the bad guy's head and just make him a complete fucking nutjob. But yeah, it's a bit strange, but like visual effects wise, I mean, it's 26 million, but they do try and shoehorn in like some VFX towards the end with the plane, and we'll get to that. But it's just like, you could have spent your money better or got somebody better to do it. Fucking just bananas choices. But yeah, I just thought it was like, I was laughing throughout, but I was just literally going, wow, because you kind of remind yourself, and like when it comes up at the end, like directed by Mel Gibson, you're just going, oh my God, like how did you direct this? And I think, I don't know if I sent you that wasn't it like, it was a promo bit for the movie that is Mel Gibson just like pretending to be behind a screen and directing something, and he's just like making a mockery of him directing a scene from the movie or something like that. And it's like, has he lost his mind? Like, really, has he lost his mind? Well, he kind of has anyways. It's like, actually, like, there was something, Trump came out and said, something about Hollywood, and we need Mel Gibson's going to be helping him fucking, make Hollywood great again or whatever. But Mel Gibson made comments about like, well, I'm just, a messenger, and I'm here to, create and help people, get through this and make things better again. Just like, not with shit like this, man. And I think his star has fallen, and he's fucking batshit crazy. Everyone knows anyway. So, but yeah, let's just get into the spoilers now in a second. But before that, what would you give it? This is
this is the thing. I'm kind of torn on this because I enjoyed the experience so much. I'm tempted to give it like a higher rating, because I enjoyed the experience, but it's not.
Don't do it.
But I have to base the stars based on the movie itself, and it's not a good movie. As you said, I don't see where the 25 million came from. The sound is all the sound. I thought is shocking. Like, this always happens when you've got rules that you need to either stick to or don't stick to them. And in this plane, he can't hear her, tells her, no, you need to put on the headphones. And when they've got the headphones, they can't hear each other. The guy who doesn't have headphones on can't hear them because it's a prop plane. And that's fine. If that's the dynamic you want to stick to the whole time, that's great. But then when the headphones are off, which is a good bit of the movie, they can all hear each other fine. She's got like an earpiece in talking to a guy, and he can also hear Topher Grace in the background when he's talking. Like, everybody can hear each other. I was like, I didn't really like the continuity there. Like, you need to either stick to it or don't. And that really bugs me. You have things that are on airplanes or helicopters, and people can hear each other grand as if it's completely soundproofed and not a giant engine right beside you. Like, but no, like, I honestly think it's probably a 1-star movie, but it was a 3-star experience.
So, split the difference.
Yeah, I will actually. I'll split the difference and I'll give it 2 stars, even though it doesn't deserve them. Yeah,
I'd actually just go 2 stars as well. Like, it's not very good, but it's the best 2-star movie I've seen. If that makes any difference. It's like it's just strange. Like, it's brisk, 90 minutes, which is fucking great, really good. But like it's worth it just for Mark Wahlberg's performance, and not in a good way, more so because just the baffling choices that he and Mel have made, and the fact that it's like a throwback to a really bad 90s or 80s or 90s movie, where they just shoehorn in plot points through the radio about some fucking FBI or US Marshal like conspiracy, or somebody's in it, who knew he was on the plane, and all this fucking drivel. And some of the best character performances are through the radio. It's baffling. Features the worst US Marshal ever. Topher Grace being funny, and Mark Wahlberg being given free reign to just go fucking bananas. And fair enough, like, there's like when he's quite believable in a cartoonish way at the fucking madness that he does.
Oh yeah, like totally buy him as a bad guy as well. There's no, you watch some movies go, no, you're not able to pull it off. Totally buy him as a full-on psychopath. Like, he has
the look of a fucking asshole. Like, yeah.
But this was great. I know give this 2 stars, but I definitely recommend people watch this. Definitely.
Oh, well, I'll watch it again. Like, absolutely. It's just it's fucking bananas. It's bananas, stupid and silly, and like it's a really bad movie. But it's it's entertaining in all the wrong ways. but all
Oh,
the
like
right
it
ways.
feels like a movie they'll make a documentary about later, about like the way people make skits and documentaries on The Room. Like this would be
Yeah.
how did this happen? How did Mel Gibson
Remember
make
that
this
time
movie?
when Mel Gibson
How-
lost his mind again?
Yeah. How did Mel Gibson make a movie directed by a guy who's written one thing in his whole life? And your man's name is Jared Rosenberg, so I wonder, is it just Mel Gibson trying to prove that he doesn't hate Jews? I don't. It could be. Who knows? Yeah, it's.
This will get me in the good books again.
But yeah, it's
Fuck's sake.
yeah, it's a bananas movie. So all you guys at home, thanks for sticking with us for this shocking movie. Keep doing what you're doing with your liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. And you can mail us at middleagegeeks@yahoo.com if you have any questions, comments, or anything at all. So yeah, look after yourselves, and we will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.
Ciao. You all need a pilot?